I saw that James Charles was trending on Twitter, and I wanted to use the basis of him being trending to segue into a more important topic. Hey everyone, what's up? My name's Bart. You can call me Kyle. If you haven't watched one of my videos before, my commentary YouTube from Australia that covers trending topics. Now that that's out of the way, I've got horrible allergies. All day I've just been sneezing, red eyes, I just feel terrible. Taking an antihistamine now, feel a little bit better, but dude, I feel shit. I just want to say the support for the past few videos I've put out has been insane, and I really appreciate everyone that checks out my videos, leaves support, just engages in the conversation. You don't understand how much I appreciate it. It's to see your work actually being engaged with, it's a feeling that I can't describe, so thank you. So like I said in the introduction, James Charles was trending today, and the basis of why James Charles was trending was that James Charles basically quote retweeted a tweet by Asiandoll and gave his opinion about makeup artists' costs, and a lot of people weren't happy with his response, or the fact that he quote retweeted in the first place. James Charles was trending for that reason, but that's not the reason I'm talking about him today. So a few months ago, I made 2 videos about TikTok influencers, or just content creator influencers in general, and basically what they've been doing during COVID-19, basically what they shouldn't have been doing during COVID-19, especially in America, which obviously we know how bad coronavirus is currently there compared to places like Australia where I'm from, where the cases are much more contained. It's a lot safer here. Or look at the peak, New Zealand, which has no cases at all, and life is pretty much back to normal there. But James Charles trending got me thinking. I remember a few videos that James Charles has put out regarding COVID-19 and just watching James Charles' activities during the pandemic, especially the past few months. And I came to a realization. Obviously, a lot of people have called out James Charles and all of his friends, including D'Amelios, for traveling during a pandemic and using excuses for why they were traveling. With a few of James Charles' friends pretty much saying that they needed a mental health break, and that is why they went on a holiday. With James Charles' friends going to the Bahamas and using mental health as a reason for them going and traveling during a pandemic and having a holiday, which is so irresponsible, especially when you have an audience that big. So other than being at the Bahamas, these influencers have also been at places like Saddle Ranch, which, if you didn't know what that is, basically a restaurant where all influencers go and paparazzi are everywhere. If you want to be seen, you'll be at this restaurant. Now, obviously, before I get into this video, I just want to quickly say, who I talk about in this video, don't attack or anything like that. I always say that, and I'm going to keep saying that because it does nothing. It literally just worsens the conversation, has no positive reasons for doing so. Just don't do it. But I know you won't, but I just want to say that. So then I was doing a little bit of research about James Charles, and there was a video that I remembered at the time about James Charles talking about paying off his family's house, which is a fantastic thing to do. If you have the money, heck, I would do that. I would pay off my parents' house. I would do like a lot of good, right? I'd give back to a lot of the people that have helped me growing up. So that isn't a negative at all. That's not what I'm talking about, because heck, I would do that. But James Charles talks about parents basically losing work because of COVID-19, which is a horrible thing. I lost my job because of COVID-19 at the beginning of 2020, and it was very terrible. It was just a terrible situation for everyone. A lot of people lost their jobs because of COVID-19. James Charles talking about that at the beginning, it was just making me think. So obviously it's terrible that his parents lost their job, and James Charles paying off their house, incredibly great thing to do. It's very sweet, but it just leads into the general conversation of TikTok influencers, or just influencers in general, like James Charles, traveling all around during a pandemic.
Wow. Obviously, we all know that 2020 has been a really difficult year for families everywhere, and my own included. My dad is a self-employed contractor, which has made it working really hard during coronavirus, and my mom's job was also compromised as well.
And these influencers say that they're getting tested, which I believe that they are. Well, a lot of them. But once again, I was doing a bit more thinking, and the general conversation that I've seen, especially with a lot of influencers that were traveling, if you read any of the D'Amelios comments or Noah Beck's comments, you will see that a lot of people share this similar thought pattern. And it's basically these influencers getting these tests all the time because of their traveling everywhere is taking away these tests from those that actually need tests. Because as we know, not an unlimited number of tests. They obviously need to be produced. So with these influencers traveling all the time, they're taking it away from frontline workers, even people working in retail, environments like that where they are faced with contracting the virus every single day. It's such a scary thought, but it's so true. So then I was looking at a few more of James Charles' videos, and there's a video that was created basically around Christmas where James is with all of his friends, best friends, you know, the D'Amelios, Noah Beck, Lorraine, and at the beginning of the video, James Charles says that he's sick, but being sick won't stop him from seeing his best friends.
Hi sisters! James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel and also happy holidays! I know, my voice sounds so bad. I'm under the weather right now, I just have a little bit of a cold, but that is not going to stop me from my holiday festivities with my best friends. Just have a little bit of a cold, but that is not going to stop me from my holiday festivities with my best friends.
You'd hope so during a pandemic that being sick, even if it's not COVID-19, you would not see your best friend. You would not see anyone. You would stay at home and make sure that you're okay, because that's what should be happening during a pandemic. So the general conversation of influencers during the pandemic is, why do they need to travel so much? What is so important? And I understand there's the argument of them being contractually bound, sponsorships and all that, but a lot of these sponsorships, a lot of these contractual obligations can be done through digital means now. It's so easy now to do videos, stitching together videos. You know, for example, if I'm doing a video with you, you send me your piece, I have mine. Obviously, there's a little bit more work. There's got to be a little bit more planning before the video is actually filmed, but it can be done. So many companies started working digitally or had to improvise more, but they did that. And I know in Australia, a lot of media companies, those that I know personally, found out ways to work and overcome the digital space, because obviously with the pandemic, it's something that you don't plan for. So a lot of people had to actually come up with new ways to do such things. Look at musicians during the pandemic. They started doing digital concerts, which was a completely new idea that hadn't been done before on a scale this big. And I also just want to say, a lot of these influencers just don't even do the basics, like the bare minimum of even wearing a mask. Yeah, you're willing to go out during a pandemic and risk infecting others, but you won't even wear a mask to try to minimize the fact that you can get others infected. So they're literally saying, like, I don't care if I get you infected, I don't care if I give you this horrible virus, doesn't matter. That's literally what they're saying through their actions. Maybe not their words, they could be saying something completely different, but through their actions, that is what they're saying, that your life isn't very important. I just want to quickly reiterate, this isn't me attacking James or any of these influencers at all. It's just me having a conversation that there are other methods, and using these excuses that for mental health or for work, I don't believe it. COVID-19 for me has been horrible for my mental health. Like, I lost my job. A lot of people were affected. So all I wanted to talk about, if you got this far, thank you so much. I've just been wanting to talk about this for a while. But I'll see you in the next video. Go follow me on social media at WriterBard on Twitter and Instagram. That's basically where I post all the time, especially Twitter. Like, I tweet a lot. I think that's definitely my main social media by far. But I'll see you in the next video, and love you all. Peace.